Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Datta Chavan. Today we'll learn unavoidable causes of labor turnover. Before that, first of all, we'll see what is labor turnover. Labor turnover is a natural phenomenon occurring because of the social and economic causes. Labor turnover is the rate of change in the labor force during the specified period of time. In every organization, some workers leave and new workers join after some period. A high workforce turnover occurs when there is a large number of employees leave the company during the stipulated period of time. If the labor turnover is very high, then it might be a problem to the industry. It doesn't mean that it is an unpleasant place for the industry for the people to work when the labor turnover is very high. There are various causes for the high labor turnover. The first causes are the avoidable or controllable factors or causes. Then the second one is unavoidable factors or uncontrollable factors which cannot be controlled. Then the labor specific factors. And the fourth one is the organization related factors. And the fifth one is the personal factors. So today we learn unavoidable factors or uncontrollable factors. The first one is the personal betterment. What happens? Some people leave company for the personal betterment, for the higher salary, for the higher post, because of the increase, rise in the qualification. They get some good opportunities in the outside industry, and that's why for the personal betterment they leave the job. Or sometimes they switch from the core industry to the software industry for higher salaries, or even for some reason they start their new business or they go abroad for higher salary, and that reason cannot be avoided, and that is the personal betterment. The second one is the retirement. When the age of the person is increased, automatically the person is going to retire, and that reason also cannot be avoided, and the retirement is also one of the causes for, or one of the unavoidable causes for the labor turnover. Health issues. There are some health issues of the people of the workers which cannot be avoided. Workers cannot work in the particular condition. For example, there can be a backache if the person is continuously working on a software on a computer. There might be some issues to him so that he cannot work, or some there are some eye issues. So there are some health issues, the person cannot work, and that's why the labor turnover is increased. In the domestic responsibilities, some people have large number of domestic responsibilities they have to look after at their home. There is no one to look after their relatives at the home, and that's why there are some domestic responsibilities. Because of the rising or increasing the domestic responsibilities, the people try to leave, or even they leave the job because of the domestic responsibilities, and it cannot be avoided. The next one is disciplinary ground. In some companies, there is very high disciplinary environment. People have to come in time, they have to go in time, or they have to wait for office after office hours. There is a strict in time. There is a strict discipline in the industry, and some people don't like such kind of environment, and that's why there is a tendency to leave the job. Next one is the seasonal nature of the business. Some businesses are of seasonal kind. For example, take an example of the sugar industry, manufacturing the sugar from the sugar cane. That sugar factory runs for stipulated period of time. For example, it might run for 4 months, 5 months, or 6 months. But for rest of the months, the sugar factory is not working because the sugar production is over, and that is a seasonal nature of the people. We don't want, for example, the persons who are cutting the sugar cane, we no more need these people for rest for remaining 6 months, and that is a seasonal nature of the business, and that's why because of that the labor turnover is increased. There can be another example, but the sugarcane factory is the best example for seasonal nature of the business. Then the next one is shortage of raw material and power. For example, there is no raw material available to produce the things. Then how, if for example, if it is a garment industry and if the cloth is not available, then what will the workers will do? If there is no raw material for them, it will be very difficult to work. There is a shortage of raw material, and ultimately, the management has to reduce the workers because the workers are sitting idle as there is no raw material. The next one is power cut. For example, if particular company is receiving the power from the hydropower station, and if there is a drought season and there is because of the drought there is no rain and the hydropower stations are not working, the industry is not at all getting any electricity, and without any electricity it is very difficult for the industry to produce the things. And because of that shortage of power, the workers are sitting idle, and definitely the labor turnover is increased. And the next one is slack market for the product. For example, because of the recession in the market, no one is purchasing the product. There is slack market. The production is there, but no one is ready to purchase the product, and that's why because of the slack market, we have to stop the production. The workers don't have any work, and that's why that is the another reason for labor higher labor turnover. The next unavoidable cause of the labor turnover is shifting of the worker to another locality or the city. For example, because of any reason, if the particular engineer or the worker is shifting from one city to another city, for example, is shifting from Pune to Mumbai, he is settling in Mumbai instead of Pune, then definitely, definitely, the labor turnover is increased. Labor turnover is increased. Dissatisfaction with the job. For example, if there is a dissatisfaction, people don't like the job, the people are worried or dissatisfied with the job. For example, if the person is working in the software industry, but if he has an interest in the core industry, then definitely he's not satisfied. He's not at all satisfied with the job, and he has to leave the job. And he leaves the job because he's not satisfied with the current job. The next thing is the next one is marriage of the people. Because of the marriage, people go on longer leave, and even sometimes if they are settled in the another city because of the marriage, and that's why that is also one of the reason for the higher labor turnover. In changing plant location, for example, the plant is shifted from one city to another city for particular facilities provided by another state or another state, or because of any political reasons, if the particular plant is shifted from one city to another city, then also the labor turnover is increased. The next unavoidable cause is conviction of workers in the criminal cases, then the immoral characters of the worker, then physical disability due to health issues. Sometimes there are some health issues and the person is not able to work. For example, if the particular person is having a marketing job and because of any reason, if for him it is very difficult to travel from here and there, then definitely because of the physical disability, he will not be able to travel from one place to another place. And that's why he has to leave the job. The next one is the change in the nature of the business. If the business nature is changed. For example, earlier the particular company is in hardware business, and now suddenly, because of any reason, the company has entered in the software industry. Then the other people, the people which are expert in the hardware job, definitely for them it is very difficult to learn the new things in the software. They cannot write the programs, and because of the change in the nature of the business, the people has to leave the job and the labor turnover is increased. You can give another example. For example, if the particular industry has entered in another kind of business and leaving, for example, the particular person is in the electrical contractor or electrical business and now suddenly has switched in the real estate building construction, then definitely earlier all electrical engineers were employed, and now there is a need of civil engineers, very less need of, and there is a very less need of electrical engineers, and because of that, electrical engineers are not able to do the work of the civil engineers or architects or some supervisors, civil supervisors, and that's why it is an unavoidable reason, and because of that, the labor turnover is increased. So now we have listened, we have learned various unavoidable reasons for the rising the labor turnover. For example, and particularly we have focused on the unavoidable causes. First is the personal betterment, retirement, health issues, domestic responsibilities, disciplinary measures, seasonal nature of the business, shortage of the raw material, shortage of the power, slack market for the product, shifting of worker from one city to another city, dissatisfaction of the job, marriage, of the employee, then changing plant location, conviction of the workers, then immoral characters of the worker, physical disability, and change in the nature of the business. So these are the various factors which affect the rise in the or which cause the rise in the turnover. Thank you very much. Thank you.